Check.
Hi, everybody.
I think I turned it off. I think he needs to turn it on.
Check it out. They have an on button. Hi, everybody. How's it going? Good. My name is Joe Goodman of Goodman Games, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about who we are. So we publish Dungeon Crawl Classics, which as a brand is one of the better selling RPG brands out there. We're now coming up on around 500,000 copies sold over the course of 3rd edition, 4th edition, and the current line. We also have DCC Linkmar, Mutant Crawl Classics, and other RPG products. But I want to start off today talking to you about Original Adventures Reincarnated. Now looking at this audience, it's possible some of you guys were alive in the 80s. And if you were, you may remember some of these classic D&D modules. And many of you have helped us sell quite a few of these over the last year or so, as we've worked on an arrangement with Wizards of the Coast to bring back some of the classic TSR modules updated to 5th edition. So first, I wanted to let you know that Volume 1 of this series, Into the Borderlands, is finally back in print. So thank you, thanks. And thanks to all you who helped basically to put it out of print. It actually sold phenomenally well. This is actually the 4th printing that is finally back in print, and we think we finally printed enough. But this is in stock right now at the Alliance and available for you to order. For those of you not familiar with the series, what we've done is we locate original copies of TSR Adventure modules, scan them, interview some of the original designers and creators from the early days of TSR with their commentary on what they remember, what the process was like. But then the bulk of the book is a 5th edition conversion, where you can play these original modules in the current rule set. One of the coolest things we've heard from fans is a lot of parents are now playing these with their children. The parents love the nostalgia factor, but they get to play the game in their modern edition with their kids. So this one has In Search of the Unknown and To Keep on the Borderlands, 2 of the original most popular D&D modules, because they were included with respective basic sets along the way. Volume 2 of the series is the Isle of Dread. If you played the D&D Expert set in the early 80s, you remember this one. It's one of the modules that was just printed endlessly by TSR as they sold Expert sets. Again, this one sold out, but it's finally back in print, literally as of a week ago, and it's shipping right now to Alliance. So you should be able to get it essentially late next week. It'll finally be back in stock. So thanks again to you guys for helping put it out of stock. We finally have it back in print. Next in the series, does anybody remember the D&D module that had laser guns? Yeah. So this is the one. So depending on your memories of the early 80s, you either love this module or loathe this module. So I'm not going to get involved in that debate, but it is one of the ones that has a lot of buzz factor because it was the D&D module that had laser guns. This is the 3rd in our series. It will be available in December. It's at the printer right now. One of the fun things about doing these books is we dig deep into the history of TSR. And one of the interesting aspects of this module was it was run at the 2nd ever Origins convention as the official TSR tournament adventure at that convention, but it was not run using D&D rules. It was originally run as a Metamorphosis Alpha adventure. And then years later, when they published it under the D&D rule set. So you can now pick this up in December, offer it to your customers, and have them play the 1E version, which is inside, or the 5E version, whichever they prefer. Coming next year is The Lost City. This is part of that original B series of introductory adventures that many consider to be Tom Molday's best adventure. It's one that is steeped in pulp literature. So if you are a fan of Robert E. Howard or any of the other classic pulp authors, you will recognize a lot of the references. And frankly, even if you're not a fan, it will just feel really cool when you play it. But again, it's available with the 1E scans inside, interviews and so on, and then it has the 5E conversion. And then we have 2 other exciting adventures that I'm not going to tell you about, so you're just going to have to wonder. But if you support sales this year, you'll get something really cool next year. One of these that we can't tell you what it is yet, again, a classic TSR module that has what I'll call a real cult following, so it'll generate a lot of buzz among those who remember. The other is, it's really hard to verify this, but I think it's probably the most popular D&D module ever published, and we have the rights to convert that to 5e. So keep with us in 2020, we'll have even more exciting options, and they'll all stay in print longer. So thanks for your help with that. Now I want to talk a little bit about DCC RPG, which is the RPG we publish. As you all know, the basic model for publishing a role-playing game is we sell 4 books, and then we have adventure modules that go with it, and judges, screens, and some supplements and things like that. But the core rulebook will always be your bestseller. One of the things we do here at Goodman Games is we give customers a reason to own more than one core rulebook. Their old one wears out, they buy a new one. They want an alternate cover. Maybe they have a tabletop copy and a library copy, things like that, or the judge has a loaner and so on. So we do periodic runs with alternate covers, and that gives the customers a reason to pick up another one. And for you guys, it takes one of your best sellers and gives you another way to sell it. So as a reminder, the core rulebook is available now. There's 3 different formats. There's the hardcover, which is $40, and it's a huge, thick hardcover, so that's actually a great value when you pick it up and feel it weighs 5 pounds. The softcover is $25 and also available. We also have the quick start rules that will get you through level 2. Those are priced at $5. But frankly, if any of you guys want some, we'll give them to you for free. So email us after the show. The whole point of the Quick Start rules is to get people engaged. If you got a guy in the store on the fence, or you just want to give them out over the weekend when you have your next RPG day, whatever it is, contact us. We're happy to send you a stack of Quick Start rules for free. Thanks. One of the special variant covers we have coming out in November is what we call the Demon School cover. The image itself is amazing. We first printed this cover in 2012 as a limited edition of the first printing of DCC RPG. That cover, which was in gold foil, now sells for typically around $400 on eBay. So we're bringing it back for the first time. And again, a limited run, but we think this one will be very popular. And it's a way to get an additional sale to your customer who's already playing the game. We have another one. Actually, raise your hands if you were alive in the 1970s. Anybody? Anybody? There you go. Does anybody remember Vampirella, Eerie Magazine, Creepy Magazine? You guys heard of a guy named Conan who had some novels published? One of the artists heavily involved in all of that was San Julian. You can see his work here. One of the things we do at Goodman Games is we sort of reach back to the history of the industry and the history of the genre and the history of the fan base. And a lot of the artists we work with are frankly a little on the older side right now. And San Julian painted his original cover for us, which has everything you want out of an awesome DCC cover. So this limited run will be available in November as well. We have a new cover by Doug Kovacs, and he has another image depicting the way he shows magic, which is gaining a lot of credibility these days. This cover will also be available in November. And then we have Doug's amazing Egyptian Lich cover. This one I think will probably sell out in the first or second shipments. But we did a very limited run, and this image is just kind of blows people's minds. It's printed in gold foil on a black leatherette cover, and it looks awesome. As a reminder, we have more than 40 adventure modules available for the game, so customers can feel free to work with you to special order them as needed, or push you stock the ones you like. But I know that for many of you, stocking the quote skinny modules can be challenging if you have a spline out fixture of some kind. So I want to talk about some of the hardback editions that we're going to be bringing out, which I think may be easier for some of the retailers to stock. So number 83, the Chained Coffin, was released a couple years ago in a different format. We pulled together all the different material that was out there and made one giant hardback. So it'll be available in November at a $50 MSRP. This adventure has a spinning, it's hard to describe, but basically a spinning map puzzle, which is a separate handout custom made for this adventure, and that is stuck in the back of the hardcover. There's also a foil variant available as well. We have finally the DCC RPG Annual. So once every 7 years, we release an annual, and it was kind of funny, but it took us that long to make this one. It's $50, and it's the first real rules expansion for the game. So it has new spells, new patrons, new magic items, things like that. And you can also get a foil version, a limited edition at a slightly higher MSRP. So this will be shipping to you guys in November. We have a hardcover edition of one of our most popular adventure modules. This module, the regular version, has gone through 8 printings. So for the latest printing, we also did a hardcover commemorative edition that has, the behind-the-scenes commentary and original map sketches and things like that, in addition to the basic adventure. But like all of these, it's hardcover and it should present well on one of your display shelves. And then the thing I wanted to tell you about today that's brand new is the DCC Tome of Adventure. So what we're going to start doing specifically for retailers is combining our adventure modules, the quote skinny modules, into a hardcover format. So not stapled together or anything like that. It'll be a brand new product, brand new hardcover, and it'll have inside 7 adventure modules that were originally published individually, now as one big hardcover. And it's about half the price that would be to buy them individually. So we're going to start at the beginning of the run for DCC RPG. So this one will have DCC numbers 66.5, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, and 72 pulled together into one volume for $40 price point. It would have been $70 for the customer to buy them individually. This won't be available till March, but our goal is to start doing about 2 of these years. You guys have an easy way to offer your customers a good selection of adventures to go along with the core book. Now, DCC Langmar. I'm sure you've all heard of Langmar, Factory of the Grey Mouser, all the other classic fantasy elements associated with Fritz Leiber. This box set is an $80 box set. It has in it everything you need to play a DCC game in the setting of Langmar. It has 3 large booklets about judges' rules in the city setting. It has 2 awesome maps. It has a judges screen and a brand new adventure. So this box set will be shipping out in October, and it will initially ship with 9, and I said that, 9 adventure modules to go with it. So the customer will feel a lot of support for running a game in this setting. There's also a separate version of the cloth map that will be available that's sort of rolled up instead of folded up that they can buy as well. Then we have the DCC Horror Series. I think some of you may have stocked in the past our DCC Halloween modules. Turns out, lesson learned as a publisher, I leveled up on this one. If you put the word Halloween on the cover of a book, they don't really buy it after October 31st. But if you put the word horror on it, they do. So what we've done is we've rebranded some of this. So you'll see the new one called Creep Scrag Keep is a new release of DCC horror. It'll sell very well in October and maybe even in November. The plot for this one is great. You've all seen the movie Aliens. The basic plot behind this adventure module is your characters wake up on a boat. The boat is adrift in the sea. Everybody else in the boat is dead, and an alien creature is stalking you. It's a particularly fun adventure for Halloween because the author ran 5 different playtests. 4 of the playtests resulted in total party kills, but 1 group did make it out alive. So tell your players, see if they can do that. And then in addition to that one, we have a rebranded module in the bottom corner. That one was released 3 years ago in a different format, and it was new cover art, 8.5 by 11 format. I think it would be perfect for Halloween. The last thing I wanted to tell you guys about is DCC Day. So this will be something we're working on for May, and it won't be right for every store, but if you're a store that has an RPG following, I think it'll be right for you. We're going to be working with some folks to put together kind of a kit. It'll have in a lot of free products that you can give out to your customers, DCC Adventure modules, DCC Linkmar modules, Mutant Core Classics modules. The idea it'll be all new content for people to run games in your store that day. We'll throw in some swag, arrange your demo guys to come out, things like that. And basically help you organize a great time to support your existing fan base and bring in new fans. So I think that's all I have for today, guys. We do have a booth in the exhibit hall. We'll run some demos, bring them out and about. So thanks for your time, and hope to see more of you here at the show. Thanks.